Hello, and this is Wood Stuff with Hutch, and I'm here today to talk to you about table saw blades. Not just blades, but one in particular. So, my recommendation for beginners is if you're going to invest in one higher quality saw blade, it's the Freud combination blade. It's a 50-tooth blade, and it has the teeth in sets of 5, and then it has a raker tooth that's flat top that helps to make it a flat bottom groove or a flat bottom cut, and that helps with ripping. And what also helps with ripping is the deep gullet every 5 teeth. Now, why do I recommend this blade? Well, that's because whether you buy the thin kerf or the full kerf being an 1/8 of an inch width at the tooth, they cut fantastic in many operations. They can cross-cut super cleanly, they can rip, and they can not just rip in thin materials, they can rip in thick materials also. A lot of your inexpensive blades from the home stores, you can't really do thick materials, rip thick materials very well. It also can cut almost flat bottom 1/8 inch wide grooves if you buy the 1/8 inch one. And you can cut rabbets very easily, and you can cut dados. Now, the dados aren't perfectly flat bottom, but they're close. And if you want to jump into some chisel work, you could easily clean that up. So here I'm just going to demonstrate the cuts. Forgot to mention how well this thing cross cuts. You can see this is a beautiful clean cut. And then here on the rip cuts, I'm here in a piece of hard maple, and it's almost 2 inches thick. And with a slower feed rate, it goes through that just fine and creates a nice surface also. And now this is just an 1/8 inch groove since I'm using an 1/8 inch blade, almost a flat bottom cut like I mentioned before. And then I flip it up on edge, and we can easily do a rabbet, and the inside corner comes out pretty crisp, almost perfectly square. And as I mentioned before, given that it has that flat top raker tooth, doing dados, you can nibble away with this technique or whatever you choose, and it comes out pretty decent. So, if you invest in this one saw blade, you'll find that it's worth it. Not only will it last a really long time, but you can sharpen it probably 5 or 6 times. So in the long run, you may be equal to the price of the home store blades since you have to keep buying them over and over, or you might even come in less by the time you get in all the sharpenings, because at my sharpening shop, it only cost me about $15 to sharpen this blade. So this is my recommendation, the Freud 50-tooth combination blade. And if you like this video, please like it, share it, subscribe, and I'll get back with you soon.